Today we are going to learn about core data. First, what is the core data? How we can use it? What is core data stack? And then we make a to-do list app in which a user can save their to-do list. Basically, can save and delete. Can save data on core data and delete from the core data itself. So firstly, we check what is the core data. So if we go to develop a document of Apple, core data persists or cache data to support undo on a single device. Basically, it's used to store data on a single device, but it's not a database. Use core data to save application permanent data to for offline use to cache temporary data or add undo functionality to your app on a single device. Through core data models editor, you define your data types and relationship and generate respectively class definitions. Core data can manage object instance at runtime to provide the following features. Questions. Core data abstract the detailing of mapping your objects to store, making it easy and save data from Swift and Objective C without administering the database directly. So basically, it's not a database. It's just a wrapper on database in which you can like it work for you to save data, to retrieve data from database, and also like in from multi-threading environment. Like it's make you easy all the database transactions. So it's a wrapper. It's which will connect you with the database. Undo and redo individual or batches changes. So it have a lots of function like you can change a single entity, you can save single entity, you can done things in batches, you can delete things in batches, you can retrieve from list. So it also work with background data task. So you can see one by one all the docs and you can hand on with the how you can use it. I will give you a basic idea. Firstly, setting up a core data stack. What is a core data stack? So core data have firstly a persistent container, basically which the container which contain all the data, and like I am saving some data. I want to save some data in database. So persistent store just save this database in container, and then it will connecting like it will tell take all the requests just in container, and when he get time of asynchronously, he done all that saving and deleting or all the functionality in database in background. So basically, we have container, we have models, data. It's provide a classes like a model for all the class structure, or like it's like a table in a database. Context is basically used to save and retrieve data from container. And store coordinator basically can work with a persistent store container and a data DB, and last is a DB. So how we can set up? So firstly we create a new project. Set single view app. For now we are using core data, so click on that you using core data. Name to do list. Click on next. Save it anywhere. I am saving my desktop. Then now first we create some UI. So basically in view controller part, so in main storyboard part, we are just using a table view. Along with we add a button add to task, add task button. So we need a button. So firstly we do this thing like a 0 from top and 0 from left, and let's connect with this. Rename it as a add to do task. Now we have a table view to show the list of tasks. It's 0, 0, 0, and 0. Now we create a cell. In cell we show the list of tasks. So for this we need a first label. You can use any so many way depend upon task or which task you need to save. You can save the time, you can save task name, you can save the uh, task belong to, and lots of categories of tasks. We are just showing the task name and task create time. So for this we are creating a two label. Let's give some constraint to it. 8 from top, 16 from leading, 16 from trailing, and 8 from bottom. And this is fine now. Now we give the same to 16 from leading, 16 from trailing, and 8 from bottom. We do not need a margin, so we remove the margin. 16, so both are in same for leading. About leading, remove margin from here and make it 16. Now you can see there will be some error, so you need to set the priority of increasing the height. So we set this. We make it 7.2. We make it 2.9. Now it's everything good. Now we need IP outlet with the controller. Firstly, so we just outlet. We need this table view outlet. Table view. Along with we need the action of that button. So add task button action. Good. Now moving ahead, and we create a cell, new file, code classes, table view cell, or name is to do table view cell. Create it. Now we link it. For linking, first you need to assign the cell to table view cell. Set the same as identifier. Now you can link it. Task name label. Task time label. Now we have done these things. UI part is ready. Now go to view controller. Firstly configure the table view. So table view dot delegate equal to self. Table view dot data source equal to self, and table view load table to the view, go to UI view, frame, dot 0. Now create an extension for delegate and data source. Extension table view, delegate, comma, UI table view, data source. Now add some functions. So only we return it as return 0. For same table view, we return cell, empty cell. Let's create a cell object. Table view dot tq usable identifier string describing do table view cell dot cell and export table view cell and return this cell. Now our table view is configured. Now we need to store data in core data. So we need first core data instance. Due to we add core data in our project, so we have question store container here itself in our app delegate. Also we can save content function to same content. What we're doing, like a stack, we have a question store container which will basically run the part of which is basically container to contain all the data and interact with DB. So this is it's basically load the container, and if there will be issue, it will give another. Same context is basically have a context and it check if there will be change, then it will be saved. Now we create a model. So create a model, create a add entity, click on add entity, name the entity to do task. Again, integer to do task. Add some field in entry like task name as a string, task time also as a string. So we have two field. Now we have a class, we have a we just build it once. Now go to view controller, create an array where tasks object of to do array, to do now let's vote this. You can see it will succeed. Now this to do task. Firstly we can set a count. new cell dot name task name label dot text equal to task object of task where task equal to task index path dot row and set the task name dot name same cell dot task time label dot text equal to task dot task make it left. Now our UI is ready. Now we need to add functional to add task. So adding a task, we are just adding the task. We creating a model object and adding into core data. So firstly we create. Now to create a model of core data model, you can't create just an object. It's like a just object. It's something different. Like first you need app delegate object to get a question container or context. So we have let app delegate UI addiction dot shared dot delegate as app delegate. Now let model equal to app delegate dot extend into coordinator. We reach the coordinator. Then we need a view context. let's manage object. V identity. We first need the entity description. For this, we provide a name of class as a string and also a manage object. So for manage object, we just get it from delegate. So just manage object from test. We got it from app delegate, persistent store coordinator, container, view context. Set this. This is our task. Now we can now we need a name. So for entering a name, we are adding alert. Alert is equal to UI alert. We are using alert with a text field, so Google it for alert with text field. So we don't need these things. You just copy it. Change title, add task, remove message, add root task, remove message, enter as a placeholder. On OK button action, we got the value from text field. So now remove this print and then that part. Other task name is equal to text field no text task dot task time equal to, we are saving current time layer dot description. Now we need to fetch the tasks. So fetch function load task from core data. For this, you also need a manager object context, and you need to create a list. For easy, you can search on Google and you find a best way. Like you find here, loading data. One more thing, you need to save it. Saving it. Let's go manager object context. Dot save and we try. Just copy paste it, and I will explain you what are doing in the that. So we just copy paste it, and then I will check what it is. Firstly, we need to create a fetch request. So to creating a fetch request, we need to provide here the entity name. So our entity name is photo task. Now we can set a predicate. So predicate is only basically used to filter data. Like you have tasks with the timing, and you want task with a specific time or with a specific name. So you can use that filter uh, for this. Now for this you need to remove it. Show description, if you want to show the task according to like time, according to their alphabetical names, you can provide us on description, but we did not need to provide. Return false object. Sometimes there will be some correct data in container. So if you do not want that correct data, you can remove this. And now you need a management context of by data. For this, we can just copy these two lines. And remove the cell. Just move it. Execute fetch request. Execute fetch. So you can provide this request here, and also you know that the type is a to task, so you can convert it as a to task or provide some default value as empty array. There will be no data here, and assign this result to cell dot tasks. And then reload. Table view cell dot table view dot reload data. And this function you need to use on view reload. So First, you can see the previous task, and then after saving the data, you also need to call this, so you can fetch the new one. Now you can run it. There is some error here. For the net, I'll show you the which one. Now a task. Let's see the alert. Task 1. Okay. Again we will task. Task 2. There. Let's see, task 1, task 2. Now we can add task 3. Okay, you can see this. Our app is working really fine. In adding tasks, we can add many more tasks. 5, task 6, any more. Basically, what we are doing, we are saving tasks in core data here, creating a manage object context, creating a new entity, and then save this entity. Then we load a fetch data from database. So for fetching, we create a request, fetch request, and then fetch with the help of manage object context. Now these things are now we want to delete an entity. So for deleting, we want to swipe the cell and then we want to delete. So for swiping, delete, table, cells, use this method for deleting. Now we want it to remove from DB and we not want to insert on that, we just want to delete. So this is a table view function, like a table view delegate function of the delegate function. And we write a function for delete. Delete from core data. So we delete. For delete, we need some unique thing like ID or anything. So in our case, time is a unique thing because time can't be same. So we use that thing time. So firstly, for delete function, we use else to delete from core data, and we need an object of task. We just use this and the task dot task time. Now deleting from core data. So we again use Google Form. It's like working like the same like a fetch request. So first we create a fetch request and then delete it. So to fetch request, we just need these three lines. We need a context object and we need the fetch request. So in context request, in fetch request we get data like in fetching, and then we delete it one by one. But this will create a one issue for us. Like if we did not, if we run this command, it will delete all the data. Why? Only because we did not give any predicate to it, so it will not know how which data it need to be deleted or which is not. So it will just delete all the data. So to delete a specific data, we just need to set some predicate. So we set a predicate. Predicate equal to ns predicate, and we provide some string or some variable. You can check it on Google. You can find some predicate like this is a predicate profile ID, the key which you want, and the value. So I will write some like our key. So you can get your key from anywhere, like our keys last time. And equal to the value. So we are using formatted string, so we can provide a percent at the rate, and we'll pick the value from there. Run it. Also, after deleting the value, to show the change in the result, we need to load class function data. To the predicate, as I already told, it just delete the desired result, which will be set in the predicate. So load is working fine, so we don't need any debugger here. Now delete all this. You can see the result is only one. If you check the result, this is the task 3 with the time, and you can check. We remove the task 3 here, and now just now task 3 removed. If we want task 6, if we want task 2, we need to swipe it all and then clear. Now we want to add any one task 2, okay, remove task 5, task 3, okay, task, okay. So this is our code data in to-do list app. Thank you guys.